What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about the top 10 best British game shows of all time. I'm very excited for this because Americans like game shows. We love a good TV game show, and I guarantee you, I've never heard of any of these game shows. Like, I can guarantee you. Now, I don't think this list has any the sort of game shows that are all over the world. The modern ones, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or America's Got Talent, or Britain's Got Talent, or, I don't know, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's going to be on here, but that's kind of cheating in my mind, because I feel like that's popular all over the world, or there's different versions for every country. This is best British game shows, and not just modern ones. It looks like there's ones from all time periods, which should be a whole lot of fun. I'm not sure quite what to expect from this, but that's the joy in it, isn't it? So let's take a little look here.
For this list, we'll be trawling through the UK's rich history of game shows, from quizzes teeming with trivia, the testing and tiring assault courses, to determine which is the best of the best.
I like that they're including not just the trivia games, but like the Ninja Warrior games, the games where you're jumping on obstacles and stuff. This is good. This is good.
So, are we ready?
3, 2, 1.
Number 10, Deal or No Deal.
What? Wait, what?
On the surface, a game of pure chance.
Wait, what? Wait, this is a show. Wait, when was this video made? 5 years ago? This looks old, though. This is an American game show, hosted by Howie Mandel. Deal or No Deal? This only popped up in America like, oh goodness, 10 or 15 years ago, I think now. But was this game invented as a British television show way before America? There's stuff that exists outside of America that we have taken and copied? No possible way, impossible. But honestly, kidding aside, I didn't know this.
But the trick is knowing when to hedge your bets and when to cash out.
Lee.
Huh?
Number 19, please.
Hope it's blue.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know Deal or No Deal was a famous British game show. Oh my gosh. And it's kind of been around a while by the look of this. By the look of this footage. Oh my god, I never knew that. I was fooled.
Hosted by Noel Edmonds and offering the opportunity to win anything from £1 to £500,000, the game sees contestants eliminate boxes filled with money, having brought their own cash prize to the table.
Yeah, Americans love this show. We absolutely love this show. We thought it was, oh my gosh, when this first came out, like, just a couple of years back now, more than a couple, probably like 10 or so more, this was like the most popular thing ever in America. This was a craze. This swept the nation. And I thought it was some weird American show that had been dreamt up. Wow.
Along the way, however, the infamously cunning banker is always looking to cut a deal, which can often leave the player out of pocket.
Yeah, the banker.
Yeah.
He thinks that you're very similar to Shah and to Finn.
Number 9, Mastermind.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Okay, wow. That was just the first one. Mastermind. Now this I can confidently say, I don't think the US has copied or anything, because I don't know this game. Mastermind.
Cue the ominous music. An old school quiz show that dates back to the early 70s, the premise of Mastermind is simple.
And your specialist subject?
The Memoirs of Robert Bruce Lockhart.
Choose a specialist subject and answer as many questions as you can within an allotted time. Unlike other quiz shows, Mastermind is renowned for its intimidating atmosphere.
Not just an intimidating atmosphere, being stuck in this dentist chair or whatever, being grilled, but the topics just seem super specific. Like very, very specific and difficult trivia.
Which was allegedly inspired by Gestapo interrogation techniques.
Human parasites.
Human parasites in 2 minutes, starting now.
But the specialist subjects are its real charm, and you can choose almost anything, from Sir Francis Bacon to Watch Mojo Top 10s.
You can choose any specialist subject. I like that. That probably makes this game so fascinating. Because every episode you dive into all these obscure topics with weird questions about it. I like it. I like Mastermind. Okay.
Number 8, Gladiators.
Okay.
There's a free swing. Don't forget.
Picture It's a Knockout on steroids, and you've got gladiators. Taking extreme assault courses to a whole new level, this
Now I have to wonder. I gotta say, this was remade in America. I don't know who came up with it first, but this show is called Gladiators, whereas the American version is called American Gladiators. So once again, I'm starting to suspect that this was taken from Britain and made into an American spin-off, and I never knew that. But yeah, Gladiators, we have American Gladiators, great show. Old school, very fun.
TV show had contenders competing against each other and a group of burly gladiators. From
Yeah.
Jet to Hunter and Lightning to Wolf,
By the Cobra!
Oh my gosh.
aiming to win as many of the physically demanding tasks as possible.
Right, it's like regular Joes, regular people versus these like super jacked, super strong, incredibly superhuman athletes that compete against them. Oh, it's such a good show.
Swinging, climbing, dodging, whacking. No matter what game it was exhilarating to watch.
Yeah.
No slips here, please.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to bring this back and reboot it again in America. I don't think it did too great the second time around. I don't think it got renewed. It's a shame.
He's first to the Travelator.
Especially the dreaded Eliminator in the final round.
Right.
Everything about the show was memorable, even its referee, John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle.
Number 7, Pointless.
Pointless. Okay. So Gladiators I am familiar with. I'm shocked at how many duplicates we have so far. 2 out of 3 that have an American spin-off. This one I've never heard of. I think this is just British. I mean, they're excuse me, they are all British, but this is only in Britain. Pointless. No idea what that means.
It's right.
To another quiz, and one where a correct answer isn't always good enough.
What?
Pointless asks contestants to give the most obscure answer possible to any given question, to better their chances of progressing.
I'm going to take a punt on Bahamas.
Hosted by comic duo Alexander Armstrong and
That's a good premise. It's like reverse Family Feud. I don't know if Family Feud is in Britain, but in Family Feud you try to answer with the most popular question. In this game you answer the most obscure answer possible. That's interesting.
Richard Osmond. It's a chirpy show, but arguably one of the hardest due to its niche categories, from
Yeah.
21st century comeback albums to films starring Sean Connery.
Your time
Yeah.
starts now.
If you think you've got all the answers, guess again. Number 6, The Generation Game.
The Generation Game. I've never heard of this. I don't know what this is, but there's a pot and a dog going by on a conveyor belt, so probably pretty good.
A show that united households, depending on how well your team did, of course. The Generation Game saw family members pair up and compete to win prizes. From imitating elaborate dance routines to meticulously creating sculptures, the challenges were always wacky and incredibly difficult.
Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so good. I love games like this. America had this show Minute to Win It, might even still be somewhere, where it's just like very random challenges that are just hard enough to make you think that you could do it and that the person on the show is messing up. And this also seems to have like a very genuine, authentic, like classic game show look when people were just having fun, spraying their whipped cream. Wow.
Leading to hilarious results. Most notably hosted by the late Bruce Forsyth, he added to the show's farcical nature with an upbeat style and a bucket full of catchphrases.
You saying what? Oh, yeah. Well, so do I, but for a different reason.
Number 5, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay, you couldn't avoid it, I guess. I was wondering if this was going to make it. I guess I'm not exactly sure. who came up with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This could very well be originally a British game show, and I just didn't know that. If it's on this list, I'm going to assume it's originally a British game show. I didn't know that. This is one of the most popular American game shows of all time.
If you were after a serious payout but didn't want to leave your seat, then this is the show you'd look to. And it was simple. Correctly answer up to 15 multiple choice questions and you could win £1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the trivia show. This is the classic trivia show. You choose one out of the 4 answers, answer trivia for $1 million. Like, you can't get... That's just the de facto, everyone watched it, yeah.
You just won £8,000.
With its engrossing atmosphere, contestant lifelines, and iconic music, this show was always entertaining to watch, and it was expertly orchestrated by Chris Tarrant. While other shows handed out washer dryers, this show made you rich. Number 4, catchphrase.
Catchphrase. Catchphrase. I don't think I've ever heard of catchphrase. I feel like there's board games called catchphrase that I've seen, or maybe I've heard this title, but I have no idea what this game is. Catchphrase. I don't know if I've heard of that or not.
Train set? It's very good, but it's not right.
Perhaps the most entertaining game show to play along with at home, Catchphrase asked contestants to say what they saw, literally.
Here comes Colin. Egg on your face?
With the likes of Roy Walker and Stephen Mulhern taking the reins as presenters and Mr. Chips leading the way as mascot, it's pretty much guaranteed to get everyone shouting at the TV.
I really like this. I've never seen this game before. I've never heard of this, but this sounds like a blast. And like they said, it's great for the people at home watching, where you just get to yell what the answer is at the TV. This seems great. We did not have this. I wish we had.
£250 more, Colin. What's the bonus?
And it served up its fair share of unexpected hilarity too, with rubbish answers and suspect imagery.
Right. Right.
Number 3, the Krypton Factor.
The Krypton Factor. Oh man, it has numbers. I've never heard of this. I can't even imagine what this game is. What are they standing at there?
By each row, I mean vertically, horizontally, and the 2 corner-to-corner diagonals.
For a show about colourful puzzles and fun physical games, you'd be surprised how intense and ridiculously competitive the Krypton Factor could be. There was no messing around.
What the heck?
Jonathan thinks he's there.
Oh, wait, what? He's like having to assemble the words upside down and watch his hands from a screen. That'd be actually really hard, like really hard.
Each game would cross-examine contestants on their agility, observational skills, and general knowledge, with points awarded for each win, contributing to an overall Krypton Factor for each player. From flight simulators to an army assault course, reconstructing objects to numeracy tests, it was creative, tough, and not for the faint-hearted.
I like this. I really like this show. It doesn't remind me of anything from America, but I instantly understand. You're just doing a bunch of random stuff to test you physically and mentally against a couple of opponents. Like, this is a good game show. This is like a game show right here.
And Richard Crane trying hard to catch up, but almost comes off the log there, but swings across into the cargo net.
Number 2, Countdown.
Countdown. I still haven't heard of this one. Okay, we're getting into quite a few now that I've never heard of, which is what I was expecting, to be honest. And so I'm glad, like, new game shows. And so far I've actually really, really liked all these.
75 times 5.
Yeah, 75 times the 5 gives you 375. 75.
7 and 3.
Okay.
10.
Yeah,
Away.
and take them away, 365.
Sticking with next level stuff, it's impossible to blag your way through this game. Testing contestants' numeracy and literacy skills, Countdown is all about quick anagrams and complicated maths puzzles.
If I don't give it...
This is a bit of a niche sort of game show. I could see where certain people would really, really enjoy having a show like this. That's a little more like literature and mathy, a little more like reminds me of doing schoolwork almost, but for adults. I like this for what this is. I like the idea.
Been a mention. My life will not be worth living. Today, August the 1st, is, and everybody in the audience knows, is Yorkshire Day.
Most famously fronted by Richard Whiteley and Carol Vorderman, and backdropped by the Big Clock, Countdown has seen many celebrities try their hand at it. And although quite an intellectual show, it only takes a certain set of letters to send everyone into a laughing fit.
What? And celebrities go on this show. That's kind of fun.
I'll get this over with quickly. Bumhole is there.
Okay.
Bumhole, yeah. Yes, Nick.
See.
Number 1, The Crystal Maze.
Oh, sheesh, what is this? Oh my god. I know I'm gonna like this. The Crystal Maze. Look at that thing. What do you do in this game?
Hello, Richard O'Brien at your service, your elegant escort to the Crystal Maze.
This is it. The ultimate in UK game shows. Crazy tasks, coveted crystals, varied zones, and an eccentric host.
Oh, I love this. I love this. The Crystal Maze. You go and look at all the set design. It's like you're really on a journey here. Oh man, I like this.
Hopeful teams are tasked with taking on themed puzzle rooms in an attempt to win crystals, get more time in the dome, and have higher hopes of scooping the grand prize.
Is it coming down? Are we getting
Nowhere.
It's like, I love watching people do physical challenges. There's also some mental, I don't know, aptitude here as well. But then with the great set design and theme going on here, this is top tier game show right here. I can already tell.
With zany presentation, frustrating brain teasers, and a killer soundtrack, it's one of the most enjoyable and memorable game shows of all time.
Oh my gosh.
I've done this several times.
I've no idea where the
I don't use the harness, I just use the fingers.
And they don't make shows like this anymore. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but they don't make game shows like this anymore. This really, I like this. Brings me back. It's nostalgic to me, even though I've never heard of it or seen it. Just reminds me of like an old game show.
One finger in a bolt hole, swing.
Although also presented by the likes of Ed Tudor Paul and Richard Ayoade, the original series with Richard O'Brien will always be our pick.
Huh.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from...
Oh my gosh, I enjoyed this. Thoroughly enjoyed this. This was by WatchMojo UK, and I liked it. I really liked that. What was that last one? The Crystal Maze? Man! And there's only so many ways you can do trivia shows, and yet Britain has a bunch of cool trivia shows that are a different spin from what I've seen. I didn't know about the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and the Deal or No Deal being British shows either. I just overall, this was like the perfect video. Like, I learned stuff, I was introduced to new stuff, and it was thoroughly entertaining to me. So, and I like game shows, so I kind of was hoping it'd be this way, and I'm happy. I'm content with this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain, British culture, stuff about Britain I've never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.